My name is Kim Tsoukalas. I'm with Network in Action Twin Cities, and I have a very special member with me today. Her name's Erica Roelike. She's with Elevate Results Consulting, and she's an HR consultant and very good at what she does. And I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing about what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Kim. I appreciate it.
Oh, we love having you too. Tell us a little bit about your story and how you got started in HR consulting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started my career as a recruiter for over 13 plus years, and started with a boutique recruiting agency in the Minneapolis area for 10 years. I actually transitioned and worked at a business strategy company. So I was able to really hone in, understand clients and managers from that recruiting capacity, learned a ton about managers, how they hire, how they think, and was really able to guide them even in my recruiting years. Transition into the business strategy company, I saw business from a different perspective, and it gave me such a well-rounded ability to really understand managers and business and how they function. And so I've been able to take both skill sets from each of them and really bring it together. So I love connecting with people. So from the recruiting standpoint, but I really love consulting and working with owners and leadership teams and HR individuals to help support them, give them another perspective that sometimes they don't see. So that's kind of my path and how I became an owner of Elevate Results Consulting. And I just love what I do. So
It takes a really special person to be in the industry that you're in, and I think sometimes business owners and HR, they're so buried in their own roles. And sometimes when you're a person from the outside that's coming in, you really can give a different perspective and see things that they do not see. Tell our viewers a little bit about what services you provide. I know recruiting is a big part of it, but there's so much more. So share that with us.
Yes, absolutely. I love coming in to mid-sized businesses, small businesses, and really helping them from start to finish. And I say completely on the employee engagement side. So think about it from who do we hire? Who is that person? Going all the way from building job descriptions and job postings and sourcing candidates and interviewing candidates and presenting them to you. Right there, that time that an employer has already saved them a ton of money because they're paying someone else that's an expert in that area to do it versus them having someone just their managers do it or something. And then really following that through, to offer letters, onboarding, and then even through when they're with you. I love representing the employee and helping the employees have that voice from a strategic perspective. So annual performance reviews, individual development plans, employee engagement surveys, all those things that really help you as a leader understand what your employees are thinking. And I love to come in and consult on that and help you see big picture what that looks like. You'd be amazed, like you were talking about that third party, not always understanding what does that mean, right? Having a third party. I bring a lot of knowledge from my other clients and expertise that I can come in and make recommendations. And having a third party helps you work on your business at the top level and really see it differently than working in your business, right? We're sitting in our leadership meeting, we're going through the motions, this is what we do, but what about innovative new ideas? Let's talk about that stuff. So that's really what I love to bring to leadership teams and to HR professionals. So
people get in ruts and they get just so
Absolutely.
busy, like I said, having somebody outside that's innovative. I think when it comes to employee retention and engagement side, I should have asked you what you don't do, because it just sounds like at every aspect. But I think one thing too that people need to realize is that no matter what is going on in the world, in the economy, attracting good people, no matter what, is always a challenge. So the fact that you are a trained recruiter, you don't just read ads and call them and set up appointments. You actually recruit people that maybe are happy and get them to take a move. And that's truly a true skill set that most managers, even if they're good at that, don't have the time for. And you know as well as I do that these people, if you let that resume sit in your bin too long, they're gone. So managers are too busy to respond quickly. They're losing really good people. And again, you're going out and finding the ones that aren't applying and engaging them. I think that's something that is so important that people don't really realize that you can bring to the table no matter what's going on in the economy.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit more. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about the HR consulting side besides the retention aspect? And
yeah, absolutely. So one thing is kind of my process and how I work with my clients and customers. I really focus on the consultative approach. I am not a let's put a round peg in a square hole. Recruiting processes change for every client I work with, right? I have a normal process I follow, but at the same time, I need to ebb and flow that based on my client and their needs, and where they at, right? Within their hiring process. Sometimes I'm digging into applicants they have. I get access to a lot of their applicant tracking systems and stuff because to keep that process consistent. Other times it's, we don't have anything, you just go do it. So it totally is different. And I really love the consultative approach because I want to help you fill the gaps, right? And it might not be an exact, like, this is exactly what we do today. This is exactly what we do tomorrow. We might need to take a different path to get there, and that's okay. And I love coming in and helping clients figure that out and what that looks like for them specifically.
it is so apparent that you're passionate about what you do and you're so good at what you do. It takes a special person to be successful at that. So I think this is important to cover. Why call you instead of hire your own person, part-time or full-time, or call a staffing company?
Yeah, absolutely. One is to start with, you're going to get me, the owner, right? Doesn't mean I don't have team members that support me, but you're going to get me working with you. I'm going to be leading the charge in terms of what we're doing, right? So you're going to have that. Second of all, that consultative approach, right? I'm not there to put a round peg in a square hole and tell you this is exactly what I do. I build customized solutions for each client individually. And then the other piece of it is really looking at it and ebbing and flowing and saying, let's have a little bit of it here and a little bit of it there. I work on a retainer concept of let's look at a monthly retainer and let's just work on projects as we go. In the recruiting world, if you were to hire someone in recruiting, that cost, if truly you're hiring a recruiter, your cost is pretty significant because that's what they do. Usually they sit in the HR bucket, right? In that area, and we say, oh, they can do other things. But if they're a really good true recruiter, that's what they do. And I've had the experience to do just that. And I've had the experience of the HR side. And so I'm able to really see it from a different perspective. And I think that's what I bring. A lot of companies, when you hire either part-time or full-time recruiters, you're paying benefits and PTO and all those other fun things.
Workman's comp, unemployment, Social Security.
Absolutely. And so you don't have that with me, right? And I have clients that say, we just need one hire. Just come in and help us with this one hire. And I'm like, right. Great, no problem. Do I talk to them about other things and get their ears perked and have conversations that might get them to ignite something in themselves to say, you know what, you're right. I'm going to start doing that. Great. That's fantastic. Right. So I really love that piece of it and really challenging them a little bit and getting them to think out of the box. And I think that that's where hiring a full-time recruiter, sometimes in-house, it's just like sitting in with the leadership team. You kind of get in your niche, in your rut. How about new creative things that you haven't thought of before, which is what an outside person can sometimes bring to the environment.
It doesn't matter if you're a tiny little shop or a big corporation. All businesses need to pivot. Things change. Yep. Out of our control, and all of them need flexibility. And so, but I think the fact that you brought up that you're an owner, and not to say you can't get a good temp or a contractor in, but they're not going to have the loyalty and the ownership. They aren't, that an owner will. And you hit it when you said the cost of hiring someone directly. And I know you give 150%. I can't encourage people enough to talk to you if they ever have a need, whether it's anything to do with HR. And if you are not the right person, you will connect them with the right person.
Absolutely.
I can't recommend you enough. We love having you part of the Network in Action family. I so love it. And if people would love to get a hold of you and like to hear more, how do they do so?
Yes, absolutely. So I have my website, elevateresultsconsulting.com, which someone can go there. My email, it's Erica, ERICA, at elevateresultsconsulting.com. Emails are best for me just because I'm always on my phone recruiting and talking to people.
You're doing
Surprise,
your job.
surprise. Yes, exactly. You 100% can give me a call. Usually, again, you're going to get my voicemail, but you 100% can call me. And you can reach out to me at that as well. So, but again, emails are usually the easiest because I can respond to them and schedule a meeting or something like that. So,
You want to have that personal touch, but we're doing our jobs on the phone. Well, thank you so much. And I highly recommend Erica. And again, thanks for being a valued member of Network in Action.
Yes, thank you very much, Kim.